Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today we are going to be looking at my top 10 games for 2024. But first, a word from our supporters. We have Three Arrows Games, who supply you with everything you need to get your game night going, from new board games to sleeves for your cards. They have dice if you're in need of dice. They have an online store, which now they're offering 10% off of $50. So I will put the code right here. It is GHOST, and you can save 10% off $50. So check out Three Arrows Games. They're in Carson City, Nevada. So if you're ever in the area, please stop by and say hi. Our other supporter is Meeple Peak, and they provide these token trays, which are great to use. I use this every game I play, just about. I love it because it's got the five token holder. They have other sizes you can get, but he has his little logo on the back. And I will drop the site for his store, Etsy store, in the description. And in March, late March, they're having Meeple Peak Con in Carson City. So I will drop a link for that in the description. And thank you so much for both of you guys for your support. So now, on to the top 10 games of 2024. So I didn't rank them because I'm lame like that. I just couldn't do it. I feel like I would slight, some games and favor other games, so I have 10 games that I really liked, and then I have some honorable mentions. So also, you notice the sling. I had surgery on my arm, my shoulder, yesterday. So I'm going to be a one-arm bandit and like a slot machine for the next 3-4 months. So bear with me, and let's get this show on the road. All right. So our first game of 2024 top 10 is Manila, The Savage Streets, 1945. Now, this game is by Revolution Games and Take Aim Designs, designed by Mike Ranella. Awesome game. The first game, if you ever played it, was Advance to the Volga. Stalingrad, Advance to the Volga. It was also an awesome game. So this game is, you have, the enemy is fixed, but they're random. So you have no idea what you're fighting against until you get to that hex and you flip it over. Or not hex, but space, and you flip it over. What I love about this game is first of all, the game board has good player aids on it. Especially, it's got a track where you can track, say you have 18 for your attack, and the defender has, 17 for their defend. Well, you can track that so you don't have to remember it. And it's right on the board. Very nice addition. The previous game didn't have that. The game board itself is an actual map from the time, and it's like a war map. So it's very, very well done, very detailed. The components are very nice, very, very well done. And this game is very, very tough. I played this game like 5 to 7 times and have not beaten it yet. It's very tough game, but it brings you back to the table, which is what, makes it in my top 10. They have a new volume coming out this next year, which will be on my list of 25 games to get for 2025 game. All right, so that's that one. Next game is Overflight by Historic Wings and Thomas Van Hare. This game is about a U-2. You overfly Russia and collect intelligence, and then have to dodge MiGs as they try to ram your plane. You also have to dodge SAMs, and you are in an altitude block, so to speak, from about 65,000 to about 70,000, and you have to plot your way around and maneuver around these threats. So it gets very intense. It's a really, really good game. Very good narrative. Very good replayability. They have protests in it at the end of the game where Russia, can protest, and the president could shut down the program. So, there's things like that, little intricacies. There's random events that happen where your camera goes out in the middle of your intelligence collection and you have to return to base. There's weather. It's very, if you know Thomas Van Hare, you know his dedication to the history of the event. And this game, as he said, could not have been published 10 years ago or he would be in jail because it was classified. So it's unclassified now. And he did his usual due diligence with the history. It's got great history in it. The components, this is from Blue Panther. The components are second to none. The counters are very well made, and it comes with a canvas map, which is excellent. Canvas map is one of the best I've seen in gaming. All right, so next game is Undaunted 2200 Callisto by Osprey Games and by David Thompson and Trevor Benjamin. And this is an excellent game. It takes us out of the battlefields of World War II and into space battles, where you have kind of like capitalist people who are trying to ruin a planet, and you have people that are fighting back, and they're having strikes and things like that, and the capitalist type people that are still on Earth are coming in to break this up. And you have skirmishes, and there's scenarios, there's a campaign. It's now got actual mounted maps, which are really well done. The artistry is really well done. The artistry is by it's illustrated by Roland McDonald. He did a wonderful job on the artwork, and the counters are really good. It's got standees, so that it's kind of like miniatures that you move around the map, and it's card driven. So it's a really fun game. If you played the other games, it'll be the other Undaunted games. You'll pick up the game really quick because it's the same card type driven game. All right, next game. This was a heavy hit to the checkbook, this one. But it's also heavy in itself. Look how big this box is. It's ginormous. I bought the all-in-one. I got it from someone on Facebook, but I had to get it because I heard so much about this game. And this game is absolutely wonderful. One of my favorites. Definitely top 5. But it has so many components, and that's why this box is so big, so heavy. But it has really cool maps where there's even water. You have a player that has scuba gear, so you can take him underwater across a river, to the other side while you're sending another guy across a bridge. So the basis is it's all stealth. You're trying to get an objective done using your stealth, and by knocking out the enemies and being as quiet as you can doing it. But it's very well done. Great components, great maps, great rule books. And if you can get this, I would. It's very good. Okay. All right, next game. War Story, Occupied France by David Thompson and David Neal and Osprey Games. This game is absolutely one of my favorite, top 3, easy. It is a choose your own adventure game, which, I thought, I don't know, I'm like, choose your own adventure could be, one and done. This is not one and done. This has a lot of replayability where there's like over 500 entries in each mission book. So there's 3 mission books that you play for a campaign, and you get to pick from 8 agents, and they each have differing skills. And I have videos out there right now that I'm doing a playthrough of mission 1, but they have, these cards for the weapons, equipment, and then the player cards are, let me grab one, like this. So you see their skills. They have their skills. When they get wounded, they have this neat little, like, blood spatter. It's really fun to play, very easy to get into. And like I said, the replayability is there because I'm playing it the second time on my playthrough, and I've already taken a different path, and I'm meeting different people and having different encounters. So it's very cool game. Definitely check it out. All right, next game is Burning Banners by Compass Games and by I think it's Christopher Muller. Let me double check. I'll have to write it in the comments because I can't remember. Yes, Christopher Muller. Sorry. Right there at the top, right on the front. But this game is, if you're a Dungeons and Dragons player, or you love fantasy games, this will scratch your itch. But so yeah, this is a great game. It has so many well done maps. The artwork is phenomenal in it. I believe they're hand drawn. So hand drawn maps. The characters are really good. They have player boards that are really cool. The replayability is off the charts because it's just a phenomenal game. There's so many different factions you can play. I think there's like 8 factions or something like that. But it's just a really great game. And you can play it solo. It says 2 to 6 players, but you can play it two-handed and play it solo. I've done it, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, there's spells and fighting and just traps and things like that. It's a great game. So definitely try this game. It's heavy. One of my heavier ones. All right, next game. Also Compass Games. Storm of Steel. JU-87 Eastern Front by Joe Fernandez, Compass Games. This is an excellent game. This is a squadron based game where you control a squadron of Stukas, and you go out, you have different missions to go get targets, and you have to deal with crew resource management and as well as resource management. So you're dealing with injured crew members that you have to replace. You may not have enough pilots to fly missions, which I think is really cool. You have people that are injured or killed. You get replacements that come in, they're green, so you lose experience, things like that. It's got great events that can happen, but this is a fantastic game. The game board is really cool. I can show it on the back here. So it's a really big board here. And this is where your Stukas go across here. You have equipment management you have to do as well. So you have to make sure you have enough planes. If you run out of planes, your game's over. Same thing, pilots you can replace and stuff, but you only get so many planes. But it's a really fun game. Definitely check that one out. All right, next game. This is a new game for me, but I heard some really good things about it. It's called Wolfpack by GMT Games and by Mike Berticelli, and or Butter Jelly as Tack Up calls them. but this is a fantastic submarine game. I kind of shied away from submarine games because of the Hunter series, so I decided to give this a chance because I heard such good things about it, and I was not disappointed. I haven't done a full patrol yet, but just the beginning of what I've done so far has been excellent. He did a great job of representing depth. So, in other submarine games, you're pretty much just going straight, and you can crash dive or whatever, but you don't really get a sense of depth at all. This game gives you that sense of depth. You can go down to crush depth and take a chance, to get away from depth charges. Then the depth charges can come down, down the depth meter. It has what's called a TDC, and it is a calculation that for the torpedo as it's going to its target, how long it's going to take to get to the target. There's angles on that do die modifiers for the angle that it's coming in at. Is it coming in, perpendicular to the target? Is it coming in head on? Things like that. It's just very well done. There's an approach lane all around the convoy. You have to sight the convoy. And then, you have to, they can sight you. It's just, I just thought it was a phenomenal game, and I've had a lot of commitments that I've had to get to. So I'm excited to get this back on the board and, or on the table. But again, Wolfpack, great game. Good job, Mike, on that design. It's excellent. All right, one of my favorite games. This is definitely top 3. Napoleon. This was so much fun to play. I played it multiple times in a row because I had so much fun. It's a card-driven game, but the artwork on the board is really, really cool. The cards are very well done. It's pretty historical. I had just seen that movie, Napoleon, with Joaquin Phoenix, and recognized a bunch of events because I don't own a Napoleon game. I know, shame on me, right? People are going to be screaming at me that I should have the Napoleonic series and things like that. But anyways, this game is phenomenal. So if you can get a chance to play it, definitely try it out. The cards, the counters are really well made. And it's a lot of fun to go through it, and you don't always have the same experience. I had a game that only lasted like a couple of turns because I got defeated and thrown out. So you can go all the way through to the end to where he's in exile, or he can be the emperor the whole time. But it's a very nice game, very well done. Okay. Oh, and I forgot to say it was GMT Games and by Ted Racier. Sorry about that, Ted. Designed by Ted Racier and GMT Games. I apologize for that. All right, now this I just got recently because I really wanted something that was newer, to kind of get out of the World War II. So I decided to try this 85 Afghanistan because I heard a lot about the 65, and the 65 was kind of pricey. This was too, but I got this on a really good deal on Miniature Market during the holidays. So I got this, and I was not disappointed. It's a really good game. I had to play it two-handed, but I'm going to buy the solo module called Alone in the Mountains. But this is by who's it by? Flying Pig Games, and it is a great game. It's by Mark Walker, and the counters are amazing. The counters, here's one that I pulled out, but this is a 1.35 inch counter. I mean, it's huge. And then the other counters are all 1 inch, which are huge to begin with. But it's got 3 maps, 3 different maps that you can put out. And then that comes with tiles that you can change the terrain. So you can add cover and you can take away cover, with the different tiles. So it's really, really great game. So if you get a chance to play this one, or 65, because it uses the same rule set, get those. And then definitely I'm going to get the solo module too. All right, now, honorable mention. These are just outside the range, but also great games that I played in 2024. First one is brand new Game of Drones by Historic Wings and Thomas Van Hare. I'm still waiting on the component set to be done by Blue Panther, but I did play test this and had a lot of fun. Christopher Shaw and I worked together play testing, and I have a video on this if you want to check it out. But it's, historically up to date, like one of the most up-to-date games there is. It's all the way up to date to October of 2024. So, I mean, it's got great scenarios in it. The counters are very well designed, and they'll be phenomenal coming from Blue Panther. So, Game of Drones by Thomas Van Hare and Historic Wings. Play this. Get it on your table. It's very good. Other game that just fell out of the range was Viva Mexico, the Mexican Revolution, 1910 to 1920. This was by White Dog Games and designed by, forgive me, David Kershaw. Very good game. It's I got it because I really wanted to play Pancho Villa, and it just is a really cool game because you can you have this really neat map. You have the counters there of the different people of the time, and it's a lot of fun. Very cool game. So check that out. And our last game for honorable mention, it's a little dice chucking skirmisher called The Alamo by Joe Fernandez. And this is part of his Battlegrounds Art of Wargames series. So there's like 3 in the series. But it is a fun game. There's these maps. You can print them out. And then you can put little dice on the areas of the Alamo, and see if you can hold the Alamo. I haven't been able to yet. Keep getting crushed by the Mexican army, but it's a very, very cool game. And then there's these charts here that you roll off of. But it's a dice chucker, but it's a lot of fun. So. The Alamo, The Battle of the Alamo, 1836 by Joe Fernandez. Great game. Check it out. All right, so that is it for 2024. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that smash button for notifications. And I will see you again when I do my most wanted games of 2025. All right, talk to you later. Be safe out there. Enjoy the holidays. Thank you.